NBC Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today, we've got a good Week 5 matchup in store here between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Indianapolis Colts. The first quarter of the season already in the rear-view mirror, and off we go in Week 5 on EA Sports. And they're going to mark that where it went out of bounds, so really good starting field position up past the 40-yard line. Harris running straight ahead. And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. Second down coming up. This defense for the Colts, they were very good in the win last week against Jacksonville.
Yeah, what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
An early message that this secondary is going to be tested, because even though it fell incomplete, it almost felt like a warning shot to get things going.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Mayfield looks to throw. That one is caught by Hunt. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very well-executed play. It goes for 29 yards.
And I like where this offense is going. I like what they're thinking, because they want to spread the wealth and move the ball around. And they decide to get the fullback involved in these pass patterns as well. Normally, 2-yard hitch.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 18 on the year. And the Buccaneers get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5.
Go check. Go check.
And that one off the mark behind him. Incomplete. Charles, already trailing by a touchdown early. This offense, how imperative is it for them to get points out of this drive?
Well, they feel like they have to go ahead and match because of what was already on the board against their defense. But I think even more so, you just want to avoid 3 and outs. You want to be able to stay on the field for a little while, let your defense catch their breath a little bit, even if you don't score any points.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. Over the middle into the hands of Woods. And this won't be enough. Stopped a yard short after a gain of 3. 4th down.
So much about offense is what you call hidden yardage. You know, you throw the ball to someone, they catch it, and then they can make a big play. You know, they create a play, run after catch. They did a really nice job there of limiting that and keeping him from a first down.
Yeah, stopped him in his tracks. QB sneak, Richardson. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And that will force a turnover on downs. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Here's Mayfield. And this is caught. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped it to 1. Harris is into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. So remember now, this was all set up by the stop defensively on 4th down. That's what got him this great field position. And then 2 plays later, they're already in the end zone.
Yeah, partner, funny how it works like that, huh? That's a momentum swing amusement park style. Your defense comes off the field, bouncing, grooving, they're fired up, and it carries over to the other side of the ball.
The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. They find themselves in a good-sized hole here, and a good-sized hole early on in this game as they come up on 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Mostert. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football. Let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
2nd down. Here's Mostert again. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
Hey, check that, street. Check, man.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And space tough to come by there as he'll get maybe a yard to the 37.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9.
Riggs, back in 60. 60 Bobcat.
Richardson looking to throw this. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucs are going to take over at their own 41. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if it got turned into points.
Now from Colts territory, here's a 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Mayfield. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down.
Not a great start dropping his first target, but let's face it, it won't be his last chance because he'll get opportunities to make up for that one throughout this game.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. And Mayfield just getting the play off. He's going to air one out. And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. Mike Evans with his 19th touchdown, his 2nd of the game, as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. His team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
Picked off by Shaquille Leonard, the linebacker.
Well, as most teams do in their two-point attempt, they pass the ball. Instead, it gets intercepted. And remember, if you pick it off, you get a chance to take it all the way back, get 2 points yourself, right?
Yeah, not the case here, but that's why you got to be really careful with those throws, especially to the outside. The Colts come to the line, ready to start their next drive.
Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. We'll see if they can do better here on this drive.
And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
He's going to air one out. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
Well, partner, I guess that answers the question about whether they're going to sit on it or not.
It does. Now we'll see if they try that again.
Yeah, I think what we find on plays like that, when you take that shot, if you're unsuccessful, then you go way more conservative to finish the half, you know? I think that's the way they'll go.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
Hey, smash Broncos! Ready?
On 3rd down, here's Richardson. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on 4th down to punt this thing. Jamal Agnew is deep to return it. They only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 20. An entertaining start to this one. More to come on EA Sports. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession.
Well, everything right now that they touch on this side of the football, it seems to turn to gold. They've scored on 3 straight possessions. That lead continues to grow. And, I mean, if they can get points here, Charles, might almost be an insurmountable comeback for the other side.
I think you make a great case for that, so I'm going to flip it over to the other side. Could they make the big comeback? Certainly. Am I expecting it? Not at all. I think if we don't see a drastic change in how they're playing, this blowout's going to get bigger and bigger before the final gun.
Mayfield on play action. This is caught by Evans. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they all want to be number 1.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Right up to that point, I was about to say he's had a pretty good half catching the football, but let's just be honest about it. He should have caught that one.
And he knows that. That was one right in his breadbasket and one he normally catches. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 43. Play fake. Mayfield. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Nice progress down the field, was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Mayfield off the play fake. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down.
He's put up numbers in this one by pushing the envelope a bit whenever he could with deeper throws. But let's play a little philosophy here. Some plays it works, sometimes they're ready for you. And that time, they were on guard. Incomplete.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. Open man is Anderson. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another first down at the Colts 31-yard line. Mayfield with it once more. His throw incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
On 2nd down, Mayfield again. Over the middle, complete. That's Palmer. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line. And they'll let their fullback try and push the pile. And he will have the first down across the 20 to the 19-yard line. From the red zone now, Mayfield. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as he'll be taken down at the 7-yard line. Sensational he was last week, over 200 yards. And the simple quote that we saw this week was, keep him in front of us. They're going to have to do that.
And when they say that, it means tackling him after the catch. Because once he makes the catch, you may catch it in front. But if you don't tackle him, he's behind you at that point, and that's how he racks up the big yardage.
Hey, we're 33.
Now Mayfield. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's got to wait to try and pick up that 3rd, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. Slot man moves right. Second down and goal. Mayfield escaping the pressure right. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans on his way to a monster game. 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bucs are able to add on to their first-half lead. Point after, right down the middle. And the route is on here in this first half. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And trouble there on the kickoff as that goes out of bounds.
Well, you don't see that often. He just mishit it, and it goes out of bounds.
Well, I know sitting up here, and I'm looking at you, and you're looking at me, and I know we're both thinking the same thing. Isn't it easy enough to keep it between the sidelines? Because unless you're intentionally doing it for some reason, well, that's a costly mishit, and now you put your team in a bad spot.
A run with Mostert up the middle.
This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
Second down, here's Mostert again.
And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line.
A young quarterback, Charles, rolling to his right. I know he's right-handed, but is that one that maybe a veteran sticks in his pocket?
I think so, but you have to remember with young quarterbacks, it may take a few years before they get all the stuff out of them that they did earlier in their career or even in their college days when they were used to being dominant. In this case, the NFL veteran defense ended up winning the battle.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They go play action. Mayfield. And this is going to be incomplete.
I think he could have scanned downfield forever, but there wasn't anything available. Ends up throwing an incompletion, and I think he'll take that.
The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 10. And he completes it to Hunt.
And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Second quarter action with 1:59 remaining.
And as a quarterback, you're always pleased when you can use all the weapons at your disposal. Here he spots his fullback underneath, gets the completion right there for a nice pickup.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield. That's caught inside the 20.
And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Press coverage on the outside, and for defenders, that's the ultimate risk-reward. If you take the risk, can you reward yourself by keeping them on the line of scrimmage? But no, not on that one. Got to step on them. Now it's just a matter of laying the ball out there.
And it'll be intercepted.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
Rig alert! Rig alert! 18 Rattler! 18 Rattler!
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they work this out past the 25. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
60 Maverick! 60 Maverick! Warriors 17!
1st and 10, it's Richardson.
He's going to sling this deep downfield.
Oh, he's intercepted again. It's Richardson's 3rd of the game. Picked off by Jamel Dean. And the Bucsons are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Well, this is just crazy. He's got 3 interceptions, Charles, and we haven't even departed the first half of this ball game.
I think if you're looking at the stats right now, you're saying, all right, who's the leading receiver? Well, can you flip it around and say that maybe he is and could be for the game the way that things are going right now? I think if it's him, he wants to be on the field at all times.
Airing this one out for Evans. And that's caught inside the 30.
And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line.
Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans on his way to a historic performance, 4 first-half touchdowns.
And the Bucs will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Hey, alert 33!
Mayfield going to try to throw for the 2. And they're just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. And with a successful 2-point try, the QB rolling out, I would imagine on the defense that makes it tough. When he goes out, he's got the option to run or pass.
Yeah, it really does. If you decide not to bring extra people or extra pressure, maybe you have to have a spy on the quarterback, someone to account for him, because oftentimes that is the unaccounted for player.
Joe Reed going to return it from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The Indy offense at the line and set to go. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number one. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. Throwing right, and that's complete.
And he's going to have a first down here. They're also in a field goal range now at the 27-yard line.
They'll send a receiver in motion to the left.
Go, Reed, go. Hurt.
1st and 10. Richardson looks to throw it.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, this defense is certainly organized and playing off of each other because the rush is providing pressure and the coverage is forcing incompletions and capitalizing on mistakes. When you get every level on defense hitting at once, you get first half scores just like this one.
7 Pirates.
There, Richardson back to throw it. He'll take a shot downfield for Pittman.
And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there just before halftime. 65 yards. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see.
A final shot before the half. Richardson.
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today.
And the Buccaneers are going to take over at their own 2-yard line.
Well, Brand, as they say in popular culture, this one's going to leave a mark because they can see the end zone, but it'll stay out of reach because of their error. All their offensive teammates have to get with the quarterback right now, offer a little bit of encouragement because what's done is done. Let's get them next time out.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And from here, might not be able to take a knee. Might need to run a play here that's close to their goal line.
And now this throw incomplete, and that is how this first half will come to an end. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Colts getting the football first, and they trail here as we are back underway in quarter number 3. Reed going to bring it out of the end zone. And not a good return here at all as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive. We'll see, Charles, if they had a chance to hit the reset button at halftime. They have not scored. They're facing this big deficit. And if they're going to come back, it's going to have to start right now.
Yeah, and for them, it's not dwelling in the negative because, yes, they were totally ineffective in the first half. But we've seen many games that have flipped around in the second half. It all starts with this drive right here. They get something good going, put some points on the board, they begin to have hope.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30.
19 tight.
Up the middle they go with Mostert.
Room here to run. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Indianapolis.
Raheem Mostert with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the 3rd quarter.
Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the lead drops from 34 down to 27. the touchdown. Here's Gay to kick it away. Taken in at the 3.
Jamal Agnew on the return. The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they got the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Now a deep ball there on 2nd down, but it'll wind up incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Hey, alert! King! Point it right.
Mayfield looks to throw. Found his target. It's Anderson. And he is going to have the Buccaneers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Mayfield now looking to throw on 1st down. He finds his target. It's Evans. He's got room at the 30. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. And in for the Buccaneers touchdown. Mike Evans. Touchdown number 22 on the season. And the Buccaneers have got it on cruise control. Oh, they flip it to the kicker. He looks like he's going to throw it.
Well, on the other sideline right now, it's just absolute dejection. But, Charles, let's focus on the positive. With the lead that they built here, they've done pretty much everything to perfection in this ball game.
They certainly have. Makes me think that their week of preparation was excellent. And they flowed into this game, and it carried over. And right now, I don't expect them to back off at all. They're playing so well, they just want to keep it going.
And now the Bucs deciding to take a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Ready? Check smash.
Play action. Now Richardson.
Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Give him 30 yards there. So the big play gets him across midfield now for 1st and 10. They hand it off to Mostert. And down to the 36-yard line here. A good run, got 7 on 1st. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Mostert. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Richardson on 3rd and short.
And my goodness, another interception. Picked up by Lavonte David. And the Bucs are going to get it back here just shy of the 20. And you have to wonder, Charles, a game like this, 5 interceptions, what does this do to the psyche of a young quarterback?
Based on the fact that he's still out there and he threw a 5th interception, I'm wondering if his head coach believes that he's really strong mentally and wants him to play through it. Because otherwise, you need to get him out and fight another day because this could leave lasting damage if he keeps throwing interceptions.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Mayfield.
The quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
And that's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
3rd quarter here in Indy. This is 2nd and 10.
To throw, Mayfield. This is caught by Evans.
And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
Now from Colts territory. Here's a 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. It's brought in by Harris. And that play will go nowhere. Losing yardage back near midfield at the 49. And again, it's Mayfield. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
I like the fact that he took the shot deep downfield. Even if you don't get the catch, maybe you get a defensive penalty and pick up the yardage that way.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And they'll get him to the ground. He has another 1st down at the Colts 28. Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Mayfield. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
What will look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Going to the air again with Mayfield. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down. This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. From the gun, Mayfield. And incomplete on the deep ball.
As his old brain remembers, when I see 5 wide receivers on the field as a defender, I know the ball's coming out high. They expected it and got there and popped it free.
And now the Tampa Bay field goal unit comes out here. And this will be a 45-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. Well, the only silver lining on the other sideline, CD, is that they kept him out of the end zone. But still, that's another 3 points added on to this large lead.
Yeah, no shortage of scoring or big plays on defense in this one. And even up by 4 possessions, still finding ways to create opportunities and capitalize with points.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
Let's go now.
The Indy offense at the line and set to go. As this offense takes the field against CD. Remember last drive they were moving the football, but then they threw that costly interception, so we'll see if they can right the ship here on this drive.
And doesn't that just sum up football? We see it all the time, don't we? The defense goes from losing the battle to making a huge play and stealing the momentum. So you know they're riding high right now, and they're ready to challenge this offense and that quarterback one more time.
And we'll see if the offense is up for that challenge here as things start to get more interesting here in this second half. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Come on.
Here's 2nd and 10. 2nd down. Here's Richardson. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. Shaquille Barrett make that now 8 sacks for him on the season.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
The Colts on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and a mile. They'll send a receiver in motion left. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
We've seen that the deep ball's been a part of their game plan all afternoon, but they've had trouble hooking up on it, unable to successfully find the end zone over the top.
The from their own end zone. It's a fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Michael Davis. And the Buccaneers are going to take possession of the football. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
And Evans hauls it in. Touchdown, Bucs. Mike Evans, 28 yards. And the Bucs are well on their way to a 5-0 start as they extend their lead. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. The Bucs ready for the kickoff. And here we go. It's in the air. And, oh, that's one he's going to want back. A poor kick. It heads straight out of bounds.
Well, not one you see often there as he fails to keep it between the sidelines, and that is a penalty every time, and going to give this offense better field position.
And it's every kickoff guy's nightmare, isn't it? Because you don't see yourself doing this, and most of the time you don't. It's absolutely a mishit, and now your team pays the price. Bad field position for your defense.
So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
A carry here for the big tight end. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36.
A loss of 1 brings up 3rd down and 11.
Back in 60. 3. 60 Bobcat. 60 Bobcat.
On 3rd down, here's Richardson.
Able to find his man, Woods. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23. Another good reception there. The Colts on the march.
Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a contra, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward. I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
2nd down, here's Mostert again.
And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And this is going to be intercepted.
And the Bucs are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Another great play defensively. They've been sharp on both sides of the ball, Charles, but that interception means that this defense very well keep them down to single digits on the scoreboard in this game.
And that's certainly something to smile about, isn't it, partner, if you're on defense, because your goal every game.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
Picked off by Julian Blackmon. And the Colts are going to take possession of the football.
Now they get a 4th quarter pick. A little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other. But it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Richardson on 2nd and 10.
Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Tell you what, partner, after he ices down, he's going to need a nice long soak in a hot tub after this one. He's been under duress the entire game.
And once again, hit as he throws. Fortunate that one wound up incomplete.
On third down, here comes Mostert.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they are able to stop him, but he does take it all the way to the 2.
141 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Well, you know what they say about the best laid plans, partner. I mean, this one was totally foiled. They played for the pass. The idea was if you want to run it, that's fine. We'll rally up and make the tackle. Except they didn't get it done.
And he's across for the touchdown. Too little, too late. But he does get in for 6.
No wonder you're grinning. You just beat me in our fantasy league.
Indeed I did, my good man.
Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet.
And oh, it'll be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick.
So he gets too far beyond the line, and that's an easy call for the official.
And now the Colts are going to keep the offense on the field as they'll go for 2 here.
The Colts will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Richardson will throw for it.
That's caught, and he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle. After the touchdown, it's Gay to kick this one away.
From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He finds his man, complete. It's Palmer.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the 1st.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
4th down, Mayfield. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Bucs try it on 4th down, but come up empty. And the Colts are going to get the football in outstanding field position.
Here we go, here we go. Personal lead. They pass. 18 Randall. Ready.
1st and 10, Richardson looks to throw it.
Forced out to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away, incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. They'll bring a receiver in motion left.
19 right.
Now it's Richardson. The toss here completed to Pittman. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
A gain of 1 brings up 3rd down.
Richardson.
Now loose football. The ball comes out, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. And I don't know that that fumble is going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth. It doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
So instead of running, Mayfield's going to throw it here. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, up big here in the fourth quarter, up really big. That pass and incompletion, I don't think they needed the completion, but, Charles, this is an offense right now that they're just having fun. They're clicking on all cylinders.
Yeah, you're right. They didn't need a completion. They certainly don't need any more points. But they're not going to turn them down. They're going to continue to run what they have in their playbook, and they still want to run it efficiently.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And we will get a timeout with 2 ticks left.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Yeah, because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play action sack. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say,